Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Dr. Chari, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the most common reasons why women over 40 gain weight. And I completely understand how frustrating it can be to pinch that belly fat, to stand up on the scale and see those pounds go up. And despite doing everything that used to work in the past, whether it's diet or exercise, you're noticing that you're just not able to lose that weight. And I understand your frustration because I've been there myself. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping women, especially after 40, with losing weight. And there's many reasons why you may be having difficulty losing weight. And we're going to address some of the top reasons here today. Again, my name is Dr. Chari. I'm a medical doctor. My specialty is in internal medicine. And I've been in an integrative medical practice for over 20 years at the Chari Center of Health. So now I'm going to be talking about the most common reasons why it's so difficult to lose that weight and why you gain weight after 40. Number one of the biggest reasons is hormone imbalances. And when I'm saying hormone imbalances, I'm talking about imbalances in the female and male hormones, imbalances in your thyroid hormones, as well as your adrenal stress hormones. So now looking at the male and female hormones, that includes estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Now, this gets even a little bit trickier because, as we're going from the phase of perimenopause, where your periods may be getting a little bit more irregular, the flow may be changing, leading then up to menopause where you stop having periods, during this phase, your hormones are going through a fluctuation. And also your ovaries are starting to pass the baton on to your adrenal glands saying, okay, guys, it's your turn to take over and make hormones. And your adrenal glands are two pyramid-shaped glands, one on top of each of your kidneys. Now, your adrenal glands are responsible for so many things: water and mineral balance, blood sugar balance, energy levels, lowering inflammation, just to name a few. So now they're going to have to take over also with producing hormones as we're going from perimenopause to menopause. And if they're already overburdened, if your body is under a lot of stress for many different reasons, but including nutritional deficiencies, toxins, emotional stressors in your life, then your adrenal glands are like, oh my gosh, this is another thing on my plate. So then they get overwhelmed. They're not able to keep up with the demand for making hormones. And then that's where we start seeing the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood swings, the insomnia, and of course, the weight gain. And one of the key reasons for having belly fat is due to higher levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and we need it. However, when it's there in excess, because we've been under tremendous stress for so long period of time, for a very long period of time, then we can get accumulation of belly fat and it's more difficult to lose. In addition, again, as we're going through hormone changes, as we're going through perimenopause to menopause, we're going to have changes as well in our estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone levels. And normally when we have higher levels of estrogen, we see that in our buttocks, in our thighs, in our hips. But as we're going through menopause, we may see that more than as the estrogen levels start going down, we'll see more weight gain in our belly. But also, we're also having higher levels of estrogens, known as xenoestrogens, due to a lot of toxins in our environment. These are almost called the fake estrogens. And that's another topic as well. But just to let you know, all of these reasons may be with hormones, with regards to hormones, of why you're gaining weight. And if you're noticing that you're gaining weight, but you're actually losing muscle mass, that's because of lower levels of testosterone. And if you're noticing generalized body weight gain, that can be due to your thyroid. And we're seeing an underactive thyroid or hypothyroidism is now becoming an epidemic. And there's many reasons for that, which I'll actually go into and touch into today. But if you're having an underactive thyroid, that's another reason for weight gain. So again, looking at our male and female hormones, our thyroid hormones, and our adrenal stress hormones, when they're out of balance, then we can absolutely gain weight, and then it can be very difficult to lose that weight. So that's one reason. Another reason is due to nutritional deficiencies. You know, in this fast-paced world that we're living in, we tend to eat on the run. And because of that, we tend to eat a lot of processed foods, which can be very low in nutrients. And as it is, our soil is depleted of a lot of nutrients. So when we're eating a lot of fast foods, or even if we're eating a very well-balanced diet, you're definitely in better shape. However, we're still not getting the nutrients that we once did in the past. And when we're not getting those nutrients are always the building blocks for making hormones and enzymes and ultimately generating energy. So that is another key reason. I want you to think of your cells as they need to get nutrients in and you need to get waste out, which brings me to the third point of why you may be having difficulty losing weight or why you're gaining weight is because of an overburden of toxins. Did you know that they're now saying that we're exposed to more toxins in one day than our ancestors were exposed to in their lifetime? So that means that all of our detoxification organs, whether it's your liver, your kidneys, your bowels, your skin, your lungs, are just being inundated with toxins. So they're having to work on overdrive trying to eliminate them. So one way the body will tend to put it aside is through our fat cells, because it'll try to buffer these toxins by putting it in fat and then cause us to gain weight in fat, particularly to actually buffer our organs from all this acidic waste and toxins. So that's another reason. And then again, because of all of our agricultural industry with the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and genetically modified foods that we're having nowadays, all of that is also leading to inflammation in our gut, which is another fourth key reason why we're gaining weight and why it's so difficult to lose weight is because of inflamed digestive system, meaning it could be from our mouth, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine. And our guts are inflamed because of all of these herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, genetically modified foods, and toxins that we're exposed to, and also stress, which I'm going to touch on next. And if our gut is inflamed, then we're not going to absorb the nutrients. Bugs can then go into your bloodstream, and then your immune system's overwhelmed in trying to deal with all of this. And then it's very important to know that the good balance of the good and bad bacteria is very critical, a healthy balance of the good and bad bacteria, because these bacteria, the good bacteria, can help us make hormones, break down toxins, eliminate fat, and they have so many functions. So when our gut is inflamed, we're going to have an imbalance of the good and bad bacteria, and then that can lead to all of the hormone imbalances, nutritional deficiencies, and overbuildup of toxins. And then the fifth reason is because of stress. When we're under a tremendous amount of stress, whether it's work-related, family-related, relationship-related, finance-related, so many things in our 21st century world, it's going to lead to a buildup of stress hormones. And when we have a buildup of stress hormones, we're not going to absorb nutrients as well. We're not going to eliminate toxins as well. Our body prioritizes, and hormone balance is actually put aside. So addressing stress is another key component in losing weight. And another key component is also addressing hidden emotions, meaning there may be traumas we've gone through in our life or going through currently. And because of that, that will then cause us to eat foods that we know may not be so healthy. But even the stress alone can lead to a lot of imbalances, leading to weight gain. So these are some of the key reasons. So one thing that you can do right now to help decrease some of these causes is look at what may be causing inflammation. And inflammation itself is very important for survival. We are all alive because of inflammation. But when we have chronic inflammation, which is inflammation that's just brewing out of control for a long period of time due to everything that I mentioned before, whether it's nutritional deficiencies, toxins, hormone imbalances, gut being inflamed, etc. When that inflammation just keeps burning and burning, then we can literally get burned out ourselves, and then our body, in an attempt to protect us, will keep and hold on to fat. So All of these key reasons need to be addressed. And know that it takes patience, it takes time. So don't blame yourself, but know that ultimately, when all of these key underlying reasons are addressed, you're going to live a very healthy, long life. And quality of life is everything. Don't you think? It's everything ultimately in life. So knowing what the key reasons are will help, because then you won't blame yourself, because it's important. Because as women, we tend to be very hard on ourselves. And of course, men are as well. So these are the key reasons. So one thing you can look at to start the process of reducing inflammation and helping you heal your gut and some of the other key issues we mentioned is looking at the amount of sugar in your diet. So some of you may be eating a lot of sweets, cookies, cakes, candies as an attempt to help deal with emotional stresses in your life. But know that also when you eat a lot of sweets, that leads to overgrowth of candida. And that candida themselves, they will end up releasing chemicals that then go right to your brain and want you to eat more sweets. So we tend to blame ourselves saying, I'm not having enough willpower. It's not that. Believe me, it's the bug speaking as well. So look at what you're eating. And number two, even if you're eating quote unquote healthy foods that say they're low fat, know that there often are hidden ingredients of sugar in there which can create inflammation. And look for whether it says syrup or high fructose corn syrup. All of these factors can actually cause inflammation in the body, which then lead to a whole host of problems, including weight gain. And even agave, even though it's natural, it can also cause a lot of spikes in your blood sugar and weight gain. So look at where you're adding sugar in your diet as well. Maybe you're not eating all of the sweets and cookies and cakes and so on, but you may be eating more processed foods. And know that in processed foods, they usually have high fructose corn syrup or other artificial sweeteners in there. Or look at how much sugar you're using in your coffee and tea in the morning. And here's another key that you maybe or may not be realizing is even fruit juice. Straight fruit juice, let's say orange juice, without the pulp and the fiber in it, is pure sugar. It's pure sugar. So go back to nature and eat fruits in their entirety, because they have the fiber, they have the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, so that you're getting all the nutrients, but you're also getting the fiber, and that fiber prevents the blood sugar from spiking up. So look at the amount of sugar in your diet. And that can help to decrease inflammation, which then will assist your body in starting the process of losing weight. But again, realize there's so many other factors in there. And my gift to all of you is I'm offering a complimentary 15-minute medical consultation where you can share your health concerns with me, and I can share what I think may be going on that's preventing you from losing that weight, particularly belly fat, and also help you balance your hormones. But I can give you an overview of what I think is going on. So I have the link for the complimentary medical consultation with me in this post as well. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Dr. Chari. I'm a medical doctor. My specialty is in internal medicine, but my passion is having a holistic approach for health and well-being. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be in touch with you soon. Bye for now.